Bonjour, je m'appelle Daniel, and I'm here to talk about one of the famous city called Ile de France, or known as Paris. First, I'm going to share about the background of Paris. So, the Ile de France region is capital of France, one of the ancient province, and the one that has been the center of power during most of French history. Paris also been given nickname the City of Light. It's the most visited city in the world. The Ile-de-France today still aim to preserve the rich heritage that has been built throughout the centuries. The fortified farm, the royal forest, the magnificent Gothic cathedral, and church. Since the 17th century, Paris has been one of the world's major centers of finance, diplomacy, commerce, fashion, astronomy, and science, for its leading role in the art and science. In 2019, the estimated population is 12 million, or about 90% of the population of France, making the region France's primate city. Paris was the city with the second highest cost of living in the world, tied with Singapore and Tel Aviv. According to the Economist Intelligence Unit worldwide cost of living in 2021.
Merci Daniel. Bonjour à tous. Today I'm going to present to you about tourist spots in Ile-de-France. The first tourist spot that I'm going to talk about is the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower was the idea of a famous French engineer named Gustave Eiffel. Even the structure itself was named after him. The structure was built to celebrate the French Revolution. A competition was held for design suitable monuments. More than 100 plans were submitted, but only the Eiffel Tower was chosen. The construction took 2 years, 2 months and 5 days. Despite completing the structure in a short time, the building proved to be very durable as it still stands until today. The famous structure weighs approximately around 10,100 tons, has a square base of 125 meters and about 300 meters tall. It is the tallest human-made structure in the world for 41 years, which equivalent to 4 decades, until 1930 when the Chrysler Building in New York was completed. There are 3 levels which are accessible to tourists. First and second level, which consists of restaurants and cafes, and the highest level, which is the observation deck. You can literally witness the entire Ile-de-France from this altitude. In this slide, we're going to explore about the evolution of the Eiffel Tower. As you can see on the slides, shows that the evolution of the Eiffel Tower. The workers started the erection of metal work on the 18th of July 1887. On 20 March 1888, they construct the leg with scaffolding until the completion of the first level. On 21st of August 1888, they completed the second level. On 26 December 1888, they began to construct the upper stage. And on 15th of March 1889, they started the construction of the cupola, which is a round dome forming a roof. And here are some fun facts about the Eiffel Tower. Do you know that the weight of the Eiffel Tower is equivalent to about 77 blue whales, which is the largest mammals in the world? The tower also received an average of 20,000 visitors per day in October, as this is one of the best weather to visit Paris. The structure is made from puddle iron. Puddle is a process which eliminates the excess carbon and obtain almost pure iron. That is what makes the structure very durable. Next, I'm going to talk about the Arc de Triomphe. The Arc de Triomphe is one of the most famous monuments in Paris, France. Standing at the western end of the Champs-Élysées, at the center of Place des Étoiles, or Star, of the juncture formed by its 12 radiating avenues. Arc de Triomphe honors those who fought and died for France in the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars, with the names of all French victories and generals inscribed on its inner and outer faces. The monument was designed by Jean Segras in 1806. It has an overall height of 50 meters, width of 45 meters and depth of 22 meters. The monument took 30 years to be completed as it faced many complications. The next hot tourist spots in Paris will be the Musée du Louvre. The Musée du Louvre is located on the right bank of the Seine in the city, first arrondissement. The museum was first opened on 10 of August 1793 with an exhibition of 537 paintings. It also faced many complications during the First and the Second World War. Despite those complications, the museum managed to undergo two massive transformations. Today, it houses 480,000 pieces of artwork across 6,600 square meters, making it the largest museum in the world. The Musée du Louvre houses a few famous masterpieces such as Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, Winged Victory of Samothrace, The Great Sphinx of Tanis, Venus de Milo, Liberty Leading the People by Eugène Delacroix, and many more eye-catching artworks. That is all from me. Merci, à bientôt.
Thank you, Farhan, for the presentation on tourist spot slides in Ile de France. Now, je m'appelle Shami, one of the groups for this assignment to present my slide in Ile de France about the foods. The first foods for the most common to the people of Ile de France, or in France, probably the most iconic image for France with this long, light, airy bread with its characteristically crispy crust, which is baguette. In summary, the bread which became known as baguette, first appeared in its most primitive form in 18th century. Later, as time moving on, the finest baker made some experience on numbers of refinements and variations before being officially given the name in 1920s. The ingredient that make a baguette is flour, yeast, salt, and water. Now we move on to the second most common food for people in Ile de France, which is more like a sweet snack. It is macarons. This sweet pastry is introduced in France by Italian chef of Queen Catherine de Medici during Renaissance. It is a typically Parisian style macaron. It is presented with ganache, buttercream, or just ordinary jam filling. It is sandwiched between two such cookies. It is sandwiched between two such cookies. The confection is characterized by a smooth squared top, a ruffled circumference referred to as a crown or a foot, or in other words, is pie like a squeeze each other, and just a flat base. It is mildly moist. The texture is mildly moist, and it easily melts in your mouth. Macarons can be found in wide variety of flavors that range from traditionally raspberry, jam, or chocolate to unusual foie gras or matcha. Now we move on to the second most common for people in Ile de France. It is croque monsieur. It is pronounced croque monsieur. Comes from the French word croque means crunch and monsieur means mister. It is a hot sandwich with a ham and cheese. A croque monsieur is traditionally made with baked or boiled ham and sliced cheese between slices of pain de mie, topped with grated cheese and slightly salted and peppered. Then baked in an oven or fried in a pan. The bread may optionally be browned by grilling after being dipped in a beaten egg. Traditionally, they're using a variant of Swiss cheese such as Gruyere is used, but sometimes Comté or Emmental cheese as well. Some brasseries also add bechamel sauce. Croque monsieur may be baked or fried so that the cheese topping melts and form a crust, so they can feel the crunchiness. That's why the word of croque. And it can be many variation for the croque monsieur, such as croque madame, that's just at uh, a ordinary boiled egg or lightly boiled egg, or just poached egg on top of the croque monsieur, and it became a croque madame. And that's it, I guess. Now I'm gonna pass on to my colleague Daniel to discuss the next slide. Thank you.
Merci, Shahmi. That macaron sounds really good. And now I'm going to share about a festival celebration. So first we have Mardi Gras, or it's called Fat Tuesday, when Christian feast on good. Delicious food before Lent, when they will need to fast for approximately 40 days in the days leading up to Easter. This is one of the most celebrated festivals in France, with 7 out of 10 people celebrating it like a ritual. Activities are held in various parts of France, along with carnival parties featuring a lot of good food, sweet, confectionaries, pastries, even dessert with egg as one of the main ingredients are very popular. So next, we have Nice Carnival. Nice Carnival held annually for 2 weeks in February, right by the French Riviera. It's one of the world's most widely acclaimed festivals, attracting over 1 million visitors each year. Nice Carnival has a long history, with its roots dating all the way back in 1924. There is a different theme for the festival every year. At the parade, you can expect float with performers who are dressed up in colorful costumes, singing, dancing along with the music carnival. Sounds magical, right? You have to see it with your own eyes because it is truly a magnificent sight. Number 3 is Festival of Avignon, also known as Festival d'Avignon. It's an annual contemporary art festival held in the city of Avignon, right in the magnificent Palais des Papes, as well as some other parts of the city. This cultural event in France can be traced back to the 1940s, and it has more than 50 years of history. Every year in July, there will be a lot of committee-approved theatre performance outdoor. You are free to view them to share with your experience with other like-minded people. There are 2 parts to the festival, the in and the off part. In the in part usually feature works that are more mainstream and well-known, while the off part showcase nicer and lesser known performance, like in this picture.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Madam Sobeha and my fellow friends. My name is Muhammad Kurnia Izzuddin. Today I will present about famous spot in Ile de France region. So, Ile de France have 4 famous spots, which is football, basketball, running and swimming. So let's go to the first famous sport, which is football. Football in Paris is the famous sport that play for all young age. So France national team have win 2 title World Cup, which is in 1998 and lastly in last edition at Russia FIFA World Cup 2018. France have many versatile players that play in Europe League, such as Paul Pogba, Kylian Mbappe, Anthony Griezmann, and many else. So, French win was their second World Cup title in 2018 following the victory in 1998. So, from the national team, we go to the strongest club in France, which is at Ile de France region at Paris. So the club called is Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain club hold many records, mostly notably the most successful French club in history in terms of official title wins. Paris Saint-Germain also the top 10 richest club in the world. Paris Saint-Germain is popular because bring many versatile player and best player from the world to the Paris, which is Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, and lastly Lionel Messi, the best player in the world. So from the football, let's go. Next is basketball. Basketball is one of the popular sport in Ile de France. In Paris, the professional basketball team, which called Paris Basketball Team, is the strongest team in French Basketball League and play in Pro League A in the France. So next is running. Running is a famous activity in the France. At any pace, whether it's powering along or proceeding at a gentle jog, running is popular sport in Ile de France. If you want to head out of a run, you're in right region. Ile de France has any number of spots where you can get a few laps. Whether you are a casual runner or in marathon training, you'll find the perfect route for you run in Paris or Ile de France. Lastly is swimming. Another sport that excel at is swimming field on of the top 10 Olympic swim teams. In the world, France is always be the country that expect to win several medals at international swim competition. So we know Ile de France have many places that good to swim, and in the Paris we have nearly 40 pools that we can go to swim. So swimming is one of the famous sport in the Paris. That's all from me. Thank you.